What is up, guys? My name is Ryan Bolton and welcome to my channel. Now, there are many theories out there that attempt to explain our world's existence, such as the simulation theory, which is, if you've ever seen the movie The Matrix 1, 2, or 3, it's basically that our whole world is a simulation and that we're all tapped into it, but that there may be a way for us to tap out of it. But today I'm going to be talking about the egg theory, which is a theory based off of the short story by Alan Weir, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, that he wrote on his website, galactanet.com. Now, I'm going to be reading you guys the story today, but if you don't want to hear me read the whole thing, I'll be providing an annotation for you to skip me reading the whole story, and there will also be a link down in the description for you to read it yourself if you want to. So the story basically goes like this. The Egg by Andy Weir. You were on your way home when you died. It was a car accident, nothing particularly remarkable, but fatal nonetheless. You left behind a wife and 2 children. It was a painless death. The EMTs tried their best to save you, but to no avail. Your body was so utterly shattered that you were better off, trust me. And that's when you met me. What happened, you asked? Where am I? You died, I said. Matter of factly, no point in mincing words. There was a truck and it was skidding. Yup, I said. I died? Yup, but don't feel bad about it. Everyone dies, I said. You look around. There was nothingness, just you and me. What is this place, you asked? Is this the afterlife? More or less, I said. Are you God, you asked? Yup, I replied. I'm God. My kids, my wife, you said. What about them? Will they be alright? That's what I like to see, I said. You just died and your main concern is for your family. That's good stuff right there. You looked at me with fascination. To you, I didn't look like God. I just looked like some man, or possibly a woman. Some vague authority figure, maybe. More of a grammar school teacher than the Almighty. Don't worry, I said. They'll be fine. Your kids will remember you as perfect in every way. They didn't have time to grow contempt for you. Your wife will cry on the outside, but will be secretly relieved. To be fair, your marriage was falling apart. If it's any consolation, she'll feel very guilty for feeling relieved. Oh, you said. So what happens now? Do I go to heaven or hell or something? Neither, I said. You'll be reincarnated. Ah, you said. So the Hindus are right. All religions are right in their own way, I said. Walk with me. You followed along as we strode through the void. Where are we going? Nowhere in particular, I said. It's just nice to walk while we talk. So what's the point then, you asked? When I get reborn, I'll just be a blank slate, right? A baby. So all my experiences and everything I did in this life won't matter. Not so, I said. You have within you all the knowledge and experiences of all your past lives. You just don't remember them right now. I stopped walking and took you by the shoulders. Your soul is more magnificent, beautiful, and gigantic than you can possibly imagine. A human mind can only contain a tiny fraction of what you are. It's like sticking your finger in a glass of water to see if it's hot or cold. You put a tiny part of yourself into the vessel, and when you bring it back out, you've gained all the experiences it had. You've been in a human for the last 48 years, so you haven't stretched out yet and felt the rest of your immense consciousness. If we hung out here for long enough, you'd start remembering everything. But there's no point to doing that between each life. How many times have I been reincarnated then? Oh, lots and lots. And into lots of different lives, I said. This time around, you'll be a Chinese peasant girl in 540 AD. Wait, what? You stammered. You're sending me back in time? Well, I guess technically, time, as you know it, only exists in your universe. Things are different where I come from. Where you come from? You said. Oh, sure, I explained. I come from somewhere else, and there are others like me. I know you'll want to know what it's like there, but honestly you wouldn't understand. Oh, you said, a little let down. But wait, if I get reincarnated to other places in time, I could have interacted with myself at some point. Sure, happens all the time. And we both live lives only aware of their own lifespan. You don't even know it's happening. So what's the point of it all? Seriously, I asked, seriously? You're asking me for the meaning of life? Isn't that a little stereotypical? Well, it's a reasonable question, you persisted. I looked you in the eye. The meaning of life. The reason I made this whole universe is for you to mature. You mean mankind? You want us to mature? No, just you. I made this whole universe for you. With each new life you grow and mature and become a larger and greater intellect. Just me? What about everyone else? There is no one else, I said. In this universe, there's just you and me. You stared blankly at me. But all the people on Earth, all you, different incarnations of you. Wait, I'm everyone? Now you're getting it, I said, with a congratulatory slap on the back. I'm every human being who ever lived, or who ever will live, yes. I'm Abraham Lincoln, and you're John Wilkes Booth, too, I added. I'm Hitler, you said, appalled. and you're the millions he killed. I'm Jesus, and you're everyone who followed him. You fell silent. Every time you victimize someone, I said, you're victimizing yourself. Every act of kindness you've done to yourself. Every happy and sad moment ever experienced by any human was or will be experienced by you. You thought for a long time. Why, you ask me, why do all this? Because someday you will become like me, because that's what you are. You're one of my kind. You're my child. Whoa, you said, incredulous. You mean I'm a god? No, not yet. You're a fetus. You're still growing. Once you've lived every human life throughout all time, you have grown enough to be born. So the whole universe, you said, it's just an egg, I answered. Now it's time for you to move on to your next life, and I sent you on your way. So basically, if you just listen to that whole thing, or you click the link in the description and went and read it yourself, basically you've been reincarnated as everybody else throughout time. And once you've been everybody else, you'll be hatched from the egg. It's like the entire world that we know it is inside of a little egg, and me and everyone that's watching this, you, are the same person. Now this video slightly touches on the idea that time is an illusion. It's just a perception of reality that we've created. Now the actual definition of the basic unit of time measurement, which is a second, is actually defined as the duration of 9,192,631,770 periods of the radiation corresponding to the transition between the two hyperfine levels of the ground state of the cesium-133 atom. And 60 of these seconds are used as 1 minute, and 60 of these minutes are used as 1 hour, with 24 hours in a day and 365 days in a year. But what it all boils down to is the ground state of cesium-133, which is an element that we discovered, and we could have picked literally any other element to do that with and to make that definition of a second with, but we chose that one. And in doing so, we created a definition of what 1 second is, and we created a definition of time when in reality there really isn't such a thing. This theory, after I found out about it, was honestly one of my favorites because it kind of does touch on what I believe in, that we are all one, we all are connected, and we all are part of the same universe. Therefore, we are the universe. You, me, everybody else, we're connected, because without us, there is no universe. We are the universe. And like with the Hindus, they believe we do get reincarnated, and whether or not that's true, I have thought about, what if we do get reincarnated, maybe not as animals or insects or something based upon how well we lived our previous life, but maybe we do get reincarnated as other people, and sometimes when we're talking to somebody, or every time we talk to somebody, we're just talking to ourselves, but we don't know it. And maybe there's even a way to tap into that and figure out, who you were in past lives and maybe who you'll be in future lives. Honestly, I think this theory is really cool and it's really food for thought, because if the whole world really was fit inside of an egg, and everybody you've ever met, everybody, your loved ones, your family members, your friends, your enemies, if it's all you, it's all one person that's just waiting to be hatched from this egg to become God. I just think that's a really cool theory to think about and a lot of food for thought. Now, I personally don't believe that the whole world is inside of an egg just waiting for one person to reach maturity and then turn into a god, but I do think that this short story and the theory that has arisen from it does touch on a little bit of truth, which is that we are all connected in some way, and we are all the universe. So that pretty much sums it up for this video. If you would like to see more videos like this on other theories such as the simulation theory and stuff like that, just leave me a comment down below letting me know, and leave a like and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day.